I'm dancing.
No way.
Sandwiches.
Oh boy.
Hot dog.
Grinder.
That is not a sandwich, Josh. That is an application that you utilize to meet fellows.
Hey, keep it going.
Pepperoni roll.
Cheesesteak.
Hero.
Panini.
Sub.
Euro.
Pita.
Burger.
Bagel.
Hot dog.
I said hot dog.
Did you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That was the first one I said.
Somebody lost the game. Today, guys, hey, it's Gorp. We're talking about sandwiches. The thing that everyone loves. It's some stuff in between some stuff, and you put it in your mouth, and that's what we're talking about today. It was awful. We're going to continue the bracket.
It's got to be between pieces of bread. Some type of
Carb.
leavened.
Yeah.
Some type of
so a
carb.
taco, not a sandwich, maybe.
Well, no,
Maybe this.
you can't do that to the vegans. You can't do that to the vegans. You can do
Okay.
the protein style, like In-N-Out does with the lettuce wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's not a sandwich. That's a wrap.
You
Is
you
a wrap
can
a
do
sandwich?
that.
That's
I
a
think
lettuce wrap.
counts. Maybe
Not a
if it
lettuce
has-
wrap. No,
Mm.
a lettuce wrap is not a sandwich. That's a fucking salad.
Yeah, if it has a
There's the
diameter,
first
it's not a
F-bomb of
sandwich.
the episode.
You get your one. Once again, welcome to the show. We're continuing today with sandwich shops. We have a guest here today. Is it your first time on the show there, Mr. Wes?
Yes.
Holy crap! I've kept him away this long, but now he's here to wreck shop. We brought in a wild card today. We're going to find out what happens talking about sandwich shops. Fry, you got something to say and how we going about it?
I do. Let's do a quick recap of what we had last time. We were all here with Stefano Angelucci and Jordan of Popcorn and Beers. Shout out Stefano Angelucci. Congratulations on the baby girl to you and your family. Congratulations, Kelly. We know you did all the real work.
Maybe
Now-
they come
Eagles
out of
suck.
there.
Now, we had a fun bracket last week, but it came down to Taco Bell as the 1 seed, winning its battle against Chester's Chicken. Popeyes knocking out a Baja Fresh. El Pollo Loco taking out Taco Bueno. Raising Cane's taking out Chipotle. KFC knocking out Qdoba. Taco Cabana
Qdoba-
won its. And
So dumb.
Chick-fil-A won its.
Who-
Why is it dumb?
Whoever seeded these is dumb. Del Taco number 3. Qdoba would smash Del Taco.
That's true.
Qdoba, bigger burritos, better queso.
Qdoba
Doesn't
should have
have
been
the
seated
history.
higher. That's true.
Does it have the history?
What history
Does it
does Del
have the cultural
Taco
impact?
have?
I think
What
it would
history does Del
eventually.
Taco have?
It would eventually come down to Qdoba and KFC in the end, and I think overall, like we said, I'm sad to say KFC would take the cake based on the legacy, the commercials, the love.
Chick-fil-A. I think Chick-fil-A is better than KFC.
But based on cultural
Let's go
impact,
home,
which
Wes.
thank you.
Oh
for-
my god.
Thank you for bringing me here.
Even that.
So you really need to be watching our TikTok stream, Wes, because Lucci and Josh had it out over whether or not Chick-fil-A was good on the show, and I
Oh, yeah.
cooked it.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. It has
Most of-
gained more controversy, more like cultural significance than anyone because it
Okay.
used to be only in the South. It was this thing like people
That's
would
true.
go there. People would go to places just for Chick-fil-A, and now that
That's
it's
true.
slowly making its way across more of the country, I think it's just like
You know,
it's
honestly,
more culturally significant.
I forgot that. It was in the South first. I forgot that. Sorry to interrupt and
Yeah.
step all over you, but you're right about that. However, I did see the most depressing sandwich ever when Lucci showed me his chicken sandwich he got from Chick-fil-A. It was sad cafeteria whack stuff. Anyway, let's move on to sandwiches on that note. Who's up on the brackets there, Fry Guy?
Speaking of sandwiches, we, as always, are going to go over the top 16 sandwich places in the, country mostly, but some of these will be international. They will span other countries throughout the globe. But let's kick it off with our 1 seed versus our number 16 seed. We've got
Okay.
Subway. Did you have one more thing to say, Wes?
I just looked up real quick. Chick-fil-A was actually founded before KFC.
Uh-oh!
How about that?
Pickles on that sandwich. Okay, that's
They were
notable.
just a little slow to move forward, I guess.
So in the losers
They
bracket,
I had to do some research.
They're number one in the losers bracket. Got it.
So we've got number 1 seed Subway. And again, this is due to cultural impact, history, and menu. Don't forget about
And
menu. That is a
There's
big player in this.
There's also 14 subways in every city in America.
Yeah, some right across the street from each other, right?
There's
like
2 in one Walmart.
It's like the Starbucks. Yeah. It's like the Starbucks of sandwich places. And then you have Togo's Sandwich Shop. You know what? The guest can start. Guest, give us your argument and your pick, please.
I've never even been to Togo's, but I'm gonna vote for Togo's because let's see, fake tuna and pedophiles.
Whoa! Wah, wah. All right.
Keep it about the food if we could, Wes. He's not
I'm
wrong.
sorry. Yeah, fake tuna, and then history. You got your biggest representative ever was a pedophile. So sorry, I'm shutting down Subway.
Okay.
I've never even been to Togo's.
Josh, go ahead. Follow that if you will.
Okay. I'm gonna start by saying the same. I've never been to Togo's. However, I'm looking at these sandwiches, dude. I'm looking at the architecture of their buildings. I'm looking at how they got a $6.50 deal. Looks like a 13 pounds of pastrami. And then also, yeah, what Wes said. I also have I have a large history with Subway, but it's because where I'm from, that was the sandwich place. You know, there's always there's okay. I've said this before. I'll say it again. There's always a better option than ketchup. Subway is ketchup. You feel me, dog?
Agreed.
Like there's always a better option. The fries and ketchup, okay, I get it, but what if you did that instead? Something else. There's so many options. Subway is just around. It's what you get when you're like on your third layover at the airport, and you're like, fine.
Or it's like frickin' 1 a.m. and you're high out of your mind. And it's like, I want some food, but nothing else is around because the only thing close to you is Subway because there's a Subway within 5 minutes walking distance of every frickin' house in the United States.
Yeah, I'll get the
First thing in
foot-long
morning,
double
Wes.
meat.
I need to get first thing in the morning, Wes, more often on the TheSadFan because first thing in the morning, Wes has come out guns blazing with everything.
It's,
Sorry, Josh,
it's
go
lovely.
ahead.
No, I'm with you. I'm on board with you. Also, who's that guy, the smart English guy who's on HBO with the last week on the thing with the guy? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, John Oliver.
John Oliver.
Everyone should go and just watch the Subway episode. It's like
Oh, yeah.
a true practice of evil corporations.
They will purposely place a Subway within like 5 minutes of you.
Yep.
Just like if they don't like your performance. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah, the
happy to
guys,
say. Oh, sorry. I'm very happy to say that Subway might lose in the first round. That makes me a lot. That just makes me happy. I go Togo's, dog. Dog, straight Togo, dog.
Okay. So you guys have put me up against the wall where I'm trying to keep it at the food, history, cultural impact, but you hit me with a very hardcore cultural impact piece. Both of you did, and you're right. I did see that episode from John Oliver, and I do know about He Who Shall Not Be Named on our podcast network on our platform. I also know they went through pretty heavy rebranding, but I also remember Happy Gilmore. When Happy Gilmore, because a lot of people don't remember, back in the days of Happy Gilmore in the 90s, the Subway sandwich used to be cut with a triangle cut on the top. And it was amazing because it would keep all of your ingredients in that little pocket of the sandwich is how they used to cut it. And it was so good because the issue that I always have, my mom loved Togo's. And I liked Subway because Togo's, whenever you took a bite, you get that slippage. When you take a bite of a really big sandwich, you get the slippage out the back of the sandwich.
Yep. That's why we like grinders.
That always pissed me off. Yeah, that always pissed me off. So that's why I like Subway. I will say
I think this Subway barely puts any meat in their sandwiches.
Yeah,
The sweet onion chicken teriyaki is a top 10 legend worldwide sandwich of all time. Okay, when the sweet onion chicken teriyaki came out,
Okay,
everybody
it's
loved the
famous.
sweet onion chicken teriyaki. If we're listing like sandwiches that span the globe and everybody ate, the sweet
Sure.
onion chicken teriyaki was great. But
Okay.
I remember loving the toasted bread, and we'll get to other restaurants with toasted bread. I don't think Subway stands a chance here, as it is 2-1. We have our first ever 16 over a 1 seed. Togos. I can't argue with 2 against 1. Togos.
Worth mentioning though.
In.
As an RIP, let's just drop like, what's your go-to sandwich? I go, just a Subway Club double meat. Give me some avocado product, extra cheese, peppers, spinach, mayonnaise, extra pepper and salt.
Wes?
I think I usually go like the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. I do the spicy mayo sometimes, I think, on that one. Lettuce, banana peppers, pickles, jalapenos, salt and pepper.
Yeah, I like a little salt and pepper, oil and vinegar, honey mayo, chipotle sauce. With you got your peppers, you got your jalapenos, black olives, spinach, tomato, and I usually will get, it just depends on how I'm feeling, but probably like chicken breast would be my most frequently eaten meat from Subway.
When I was poor, that cold cut trio was fire.
Cold cut, the bologna.
When you needed the extra meat in your sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what you went with. Okay.
But now I can afford the chicken.
Now Wes makes money.
The chicken product.
In fact, I can afford to double it.
You know what? Double meat. Why not?
Also, hey, I know you have to tell us it's extra every time we ask for avocado, but everybody knows by now. We all know. Okay, if I tell you I want avocado, I have accepted that it will be an extra charge. But I know it's just so you.
The dumbest thing is, well, I'm not all places charge for avocado, but the dumbest thing is when you're like double meat, and they're like, that'll be extra. It'll be like, oh, really? I had no idea. I thought I could just get like a quintuple cheeseburger at McDonald's, and it would be the same price as a double.
Also, I'll have a water. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bottled or still?
No, I'll get it.
Do you think I'm gonna pay for a bottle?
So let's move down to the other end of the bracket.
It went too long on this. All right.
Let's move on to the other end of the bracket. Let's go to Panera Bread as our 2 seed against Pret A Manager as our 15 seed.
Wow. Okay. Fry, kick it off, please.
A manager.
Hit us up, Fry.
Here comes the Googling. Well, it's actually pretty big out here in the UK. I will tell you, it's just kind of like okay. Their sandwiches are fine. They have a pretty decent selection, but they're not like amazing sandwiches. I'll also say Panera Bread is number 2 because of how large they are, how convenient they are. Their breakfast Sammies are so good on the brioche bun. You can get an over easy egg with a slice of sausage, slice of cheese at Panera Bread. So I really love their breakfast sandwiches. I really loved being able to get the steak and white cheddar sandwich that they had a while back.
That was good.
That was such a good sandwich. For me, Panera Bread also, they had the highly caffeinated lemonade that was killing people. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but they had a highly caffeinated lemonade that was causing people to have heart attacks. Cool. And you could always get the iced coffee in the giant cup, unlike at like Starbucks where you get free refills on their iced coffee over there at Panera Bread. Panera Bread has just too much to like here. And I haven't even named off, you get to choose any bread you want because it's a bakery. And I love that rosemary, tomato rosemary bread. That bread is off the chain delicious. Why, of course I would. I get whatever I want, son. Also, they were the first app I ever used, right? And here's the thing. There's something in Crocodile Dundee where Crocodile Dundee 3, the Los Angeles one, they go through a drive-thru at Wendy's and they go, yeah, you can just order whatever you want. No one thinks you're a fatty because no one knows how many people were in the car and they just start ordering whatever. That's how I felt the first time I used the sandwich customization section of Panera Bread's app. And I made like a 17 cheese grilled cheese with a tomato, with some bacon. I swear.
Oh, Diva. Ooh.
I think I will. I just put every cheese. Do do I want to double all these cheeses? Yeah, have fun putting this in my to-go bag, because you don't even have to look the person that made your sandwich in the eye. You just walk up and grab your bag and walk out with shame. And I did it. Okay,
Just like with your drug dealer, yeah.
For me, it is Panera Bread. I hope I gave you guys enough time to go ahead and take a look at Pret A Manager.
Well, I'll tell you something. I looked up some Pret A Manager. I'm gonna call Pret A Manager the airport. I'm gonna call Panera the hospital.
That's fair.
And where would you rather be?
I've heard that before.
That's unfair. But Panera Bread is hospital food. But I'm not sure if you've been to a decent hospital lately. Some hospital food's pretty dope. So it's like the basics. It's a sandwich. It's a broccoli soup. They always got broccoli soup. There's some bread. There's a yogurt.
Bowl, Josh.
Yeah, I mean Panera it's nice, dude. You're paying double the price of whatever it costs. I know that just about all of it is frozen and shipped in from Dallas or wherever. Like, they're not making that bread there. They're getting frozen parcels. It's fine. It's fine, though. Just like with Subway, you know what you're going to get. You know that you're paying way too much money for it, but you want some broccoli soup today. And that's fine. I want a bagel with a sunny side up. I go with the hospital. I vote for the hospital.
All right.
Out here, I looked up online. It doesn't look anything special, and like Josh said, Panera is overpriced. It's like double the price of all these other sandwich places. It's ridiculous. But they also got some bomb mac and cheese. And if you know me, I love my mac and cheese. I'm something of a mac and cheese connoisseur. Like pretty much every fast food place that has mac and cheese, I've had it, and their mac and cheese is good. And you can always get like the half and half a sandwich, half mac and cheese, and their sandwiches are pretty good.
And I even know, like, I know it's gonna be 3 bites of mac and cheese, but guess what's gonna happen anyway? I'm getting it.
And you're gonna spread some of that mac and cheese on the sandwich too. So
they got those shells. They got that shell mac, and you know what? Shells are underrated for mac and cheese.
Yeah, you get a little bit more cheesy taste. Yes, 100%.
It fills the hole.
Traps it in your heart. It fills the hole in your heart is what you're gonna say.
Hole in your heart.
So I'm going Panera.
All right, Panera with a clean sweep there. Now we got a couple of delis throwing some hands here. A couple of delis throwing some hands. At number 8, we've got Jason's Deli. At number 9, we've got McAllister's Deli. Josh, why don't you lead us off here?
Well, I know a little something about McAllister's. Correct me if I'm wrong. McAllister's is the spot where it's like relatively nationwide, and there's like a membership. You check into each one. There's like a whole thing.
No. You can order it on DoorDash.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different chain. Oh, there's my dog.
What the hell country club sandwich place do you go to?
No, maybe it's a bar and grill that it's an Irish name, so maybe I'm mixing them up.
Okay.
Anyway, so back it up. McAllister's, Jason's Deli, roughly the same. McAllister's is a little bit more rustic. Jason's is a little bit more Denver, and that's all there is to it. It's a flip of a coin. I go McAllister's because I want a little bit of that rind on the cheese, you know?
Okay. All right. Wes?
Honestly, I've never been to either of these places. And I don't know. I don't really know anything of these places. And so, you know what? I'm going to go Jason's Deli just because Jason was the name of the Red Ranger. So.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's a solid reason. Take it all the way back to childhood, right? Take it back now.
I've never known anyone named McAllister. Sounds like a D-bag.
Yes, you have. You have too known somebody named McAllister. His name was Kevin, and he got left home alone.
Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, forgot about that one, didn't you, sir? You have known a Kevin McAllister.
You feel like
I didn't know him. I didn't actually know him.
So, I'm going to say...
You know what? Home Alone movie's overrated.
No, it's not. You take it back. You take it back.
Get out of here, dude. That's a whole different episode.
I've never even heard.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna Burning in Rome. Mute you for 3 minutes.
So here's what I'm gonna say when it comes to Jason's Deli and why I'm gonna go with Jason's Deli here. They got the muffletta. Have you guys? If you guys get a chance, go look up the muffletta sandwiches. All
Okay,
right,
I'm with you on that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got the muffletta sandwiches, and I had to remember which one it was that had it. Was it Jason's or McAllister's? Because when I lived in Albuquerque, I used to order this muffletta sandwich, and it's
He's
on
into
this
the
like
muff.
the deep. Anyway, so I didn't realize how thick the bread was on a muffletta sandwich. Are you guys able to pull that? Have you guys pulled that yet? Take a look at a muffletta sandwich.
Yeah, I see it. It's
Take
great.
a moment. Yeah,
It's like focaccia bread.
Dog, I didn't realize what it was, right? So I was like, it says, do you want a half or a full? I didn't realize that a full was a wheel.
Fry never goes half.
It's a
Fry
wheel
never
of
just
chips.
thinks halfway.
They didn't tell me that. And we're back.
so essentially, the full muffletta is like you take 2 tires of bread, right? You put one down and you put like you put on it, and then you take the other tire, you slap it on there, and it just sits in your bag like this, like that. And man, I crushed. I used to order that just to be a fat boy, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go Jason's. We're both Jason's now, right? Because of that whole story.
So that's why I would go.
That's
why I would go Jason's Deli there. I mean, that muffletta sandwich. When I was able to look these up and remember which one had the muffletta, I remember going to McAllister's and being like, "Oh, well, this is a little too fancy. This is a fancy little deli shop." And then I go into Jason's and they're like, "Hey, we make big ass sandwiches." And I was like, "Jason, you're my guy."
How many pounds you want? Yeah. All right. Cool. So Jason's moving up. What's up?
Jason's moves forward. All right. So now we have had 2 12-5 upsets in our last 2 brackets. So I kind of want to save that one for later. So we're going to not go to that 12-5 right away. Let's go to the number 7 versus number 10 matchup. We've got Quiznos Subs against Witch. I hate that.
I'll start this one off.
Go ahead.
I'm going. Which is good, but Quiznos, you got the Budweiser commercial. Yeah, Quiznos. Like it's
the creepy
it's a
hamster
classic.
hand thing that's talking.
Yeah, you got that. You get the talking frogs. Like
Nightmare fuel, dog.
Yeah,
it's amazing, and their sandwiches are good. They got good bread. They got real meat, and like they make it all in front of you. You can see it like passing under the oven that toasts it like right in front of you. Yeah, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's Quiznos.
Dang, no brains?
Yeah, Wes, I'm with you. I got to go with Quiznos here. They're the first place I ever tried honey bourbon mustard. By the way, spicy honey bourbon mustard.
Sounds good.
Which was great. Yeah, on my sandwich. First place I ever tried it. The toasted bread, man. They made Subway step up their game. When they rolled out that whole toasted sub commercial, Subway had to release toast in your sandwich. Because Quiznos was like, hey, we're not playing with you. We will get a toaster. And Subway's like, damn, we better get a toaster. So
yeah, start making some changes.
Which is fine. Which is okay. You go in there, they got the whole bag deal going on where you grab the bag of the sandwich.
It's not just a bag deal. Please illustrate how this works. Go ahead.
So, they have bags in different sizes, and they're giant size. It's a giant bag. Like, it's a big sandwich. All right? And then they have everything that would go on that particular sandwich. And you go through and you mark it, and they'll make it exactly how it's on your bag. And it limits human interaction, and that's kind of a cool system for introverts that want a nice sandwich. However, it's just not as good a sandwich as what you were going to get from Quiznos. Josh, go ahead.
Okay, that's a nice little caveat at the end for you. That's nice, but it's good for introverts. It's good for folks that don't like eye contact. We talked about that earlier. That's a big deal, dude. This came before DoorDash. Like, yeah, I want a lot of ranch. You know what I mean? Like, you can just
take the extra ranch. Take the extra ranch back. Yeah,
you could go there in a Jason mask, technically speaking, and be fine. Which is a wonderful place for sandwich, but you guys have inspired me, and you've brought me back to the time when, like when you really root for something, you root for like the system to change, and then you see like Bernie Sanders didn't get elected, so you're like, oh well, I guess it's all over now. Quiznos was that. I was like, oh, Quiznos is about to shut Subway down. Even as a kid, I was like, have you had this thing? They put it on a conveyor belt, dog. It goes on a conveyor belt, dog.
It's a little better than a microwave.
They got kettle chips. Schlotsky's. Excuse me. Got that. It's the same. It's honestly the same argument though. But I'm very sad Quiznos did not kill the game because they had the chance. But I guess Subway probably went full on a corporate evil like they always do, and just shut them down. Quiznos is my pick. I love Which, but Quiznos is the original badass sandwich on a mainstream market.
The original. Oh, you hear that, brother?
Original.
It's the original badass sandwich. So this could be dangerous. This one could be a little dangerous. We've got a 3 seed against a 14 seed, and we've got Arby's at 3 seed against Potbelly Subs. Potbelly Subs at 14 seed. Potbelly's a little new on the scene of that national recognition.
Yep.
Josh, why don't you lead us?
Potbelly Subs is the place where I should probably be the spokesman, right? Like, hey, you want a bunch of ham? That's I'm the demographic of Potbelly Subs. I love a Potbelly sub.
This is the face of Potbellies.
You don't like it, you can get your mustard somewhere else. I love a Potbelly. What was the contender?
Arby's.
We have the meats. I'm not necessarily the demographic for Arby's, but I'm in Oklahoma, so my state is. And
the entire thing.
Whole thing. We talked earlier about Jack in the Box having them curly fries. Arby's got it first. I'm pretty sure. We can look it up.
They're bigger curly fries than that Jack. Like every single one stretches. Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, we're talking about French fries. We can make that a whole episode, but like surface area is one of the main factors.
Yeah.
And so important. There's something to it.
We got the Arby's sauce.
Arby's sauce, lovely. The cheddar. The 5 for $5, that's no longer. That's an old thing, but that's a big historical fact.
Bro, when we were broke airmen, I had
10 for 10.
I was ashamed of how many Arby's bags and wrappers I had in my passenger seat.
me and deal.
Yeah, 10 for 10 deal. And we would smash them.
Oh, they also mix it because you could substitute the ham and Swiss for some of them.
Yeah,
just 3 melts, ham or 2 ham melts.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
big deal. And you're talking about that like as a young 20-something with no money. That's a big deal. But also, like Fry, you talk about how you didn't have a lot of money as a kid.
Yeah.
Arby's 5 for $5 was a godsend as a child. Like, oh, mom's coming home with Arby's, dog. And extra sauce, get the sweet tea. Arby's is a wonderful establishment. Potbelly's, maybe someday, like the Matchbox 20 song. Not today, bud.
I agree.
It's going to be Arby's.
Arby's, we have the meats, I'm not going to lie. That 5, like I said, I would smash so many. The amount of beef and cheddar that I had running through my bloodstream when I was an airman.
Bunnin', dog. That's my new hashtag. The new Gorg hashtag. Onion bunnin'.
And you know what? Their chicken sandwiches are underrated. They got good chicken sandwiches.
Good deli, dude. Some of it's like not all the way meat, but the same goes for Taco Bell and anywhere else, It's still good.
I had their Euros, and I wasn't expecting much, but I was like, this is actually like pretty good for a fast food Euro.
Yeah, I'm with you. You can't go wrong with Arby's. Is so good. Like you get a sandwich from Arby's, and even if it tastes a little off, you slather it in Arby's sauce,
slap it up, slap it down.
And then it's good again. Like Arby's sauce is so good.
I love the turkey. Love the bacon.
We had a mutual friend. All of us had a mutual friend back in the day. and he was a little bit of a highfalutin boy, a little bit of highfalutin. His name was Cameron Scott. Cameron Scott from Connecticut.
What's up, Cameron?
And I don't know whatever happened to Cameron Scott, but
Dead.
I took him to Arby's to get the 5 for $5 deal one time, and he's like, are you sure this is good? I was like, bro, it's gonna change your life. Just wait. And he goes, what should I get? I go, get the 5 for $5 beef and cheddar. Just trust me. And he goes, well, what sauce should I get? I was like, get Arby's sauce. Just tell him to throw so much Arby's sauce in the bag, right? We go back to the day room, and he goes, I just spray the Arby's sauce. I was like, don't put it in the bun. Like, don't white boy it. I was like, you need to just squirt it on every bite is what you do. Right before you take a bite, you just put it on that bite, a whole bunch of Arby's sauce.
You have your bite, you slather, you do a little bit of lip balm, and then you bite.
And he takes his first bite of a beef and cheddar from Arby's, and he goes, oh. And I go, what? You don't like it? And he goes, why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
He says, diabetes.
Fail him on the routine test.
No.
You ever try to run a mile and a half fueled on beef and cheddar?
I'm carbo loading.
Boy, and it's time for a 6-mile run. You go for a Dodge F-150 and get down to Arby's.
But yeah, so Arby's is the winner there. Sorry, Potbelly subs. I'm going to go ahead and lead us off with Firehouse Subs against Blimpies. For me, Firehouse Subs does not have the history at all to compete with a lot of these. But the reason it's so highly seated is, that is a grill outback sandwich shop where they got roast beef on the grill. They got whole chickens on the grill. They got whole steaks and tri-tips on the grill. And they will make you a big old roasted sandwich.
They got
and
tips.
they got the tri-tip. That tri-tip sandwich is out of this world. But then they'll melt real cheddar over it, and you can tell it's real cheddar because it's not like completely like oozy. It's just a melted strip of cheddar across your tri-tip sandwich or your chicken sandwich. They get some barbecue sauce on there. They spice it up, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is very, very good. So for me, just because of those grilled sandwiches, and it's like literally like a smokehouse sub, and that's what it is. Firehouse Subs is a smokehouse sub. I'm going to go with Firehouse over Blimpies. Blimpies has more history. Blimpies been around longer. I knew a guy that owned Blimpies franchises. Yeah, it's still around. Still around. You go to, a bodega somewhere, there's going to be a Blimpies near it.
Yeah, but Houston Airport has a Blimpie.
But yeah, it's Firehouse Subs for me. Just a really quality sandwich. Wes, what do you think?
I've had Firehouse. They're bomb. Never had Blimpies, though. So, I don't know. I think the fact that Firehouse was started by firefighters, I got to give it to Firehouse. That's my reasoning.
Was that your version of America?
Yeah.
It's all about the flag.
And also, they do give a lot of money to firefighting charities. So
yeah, it's a solid.
Never had Blimpies though. Never had Blimpies, so I don't know.
Well, let me tell you about some Blimpies, bro. Blimpies is fine. When I was a child, it was like, as I said earlier, Subway's ketchup, so everything's better. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's go to Blimpie, of course. Blimpie is ketchup with mayonnaise. You know what I mean? So it's still ketchup. It's just a little swirl. But Firehouse is dope. They got the pulled, they got the smoked, they got the hot, they got the soupy chilies, they got the cornbread where I'm at. I don't know about y'all. I just recently found out about Firehouse, and I'm in all the way. They're a top seed, bud.
They're a good sandwich, and that's gonna be a battle of the Titans in the next round. We're gonna have to do some research on that because it's looking like they might match up against Arby's. That's gonna be a fist fight. That's gonna be Josh's favorite thing, a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker, mother effer. Sunday night, 10:00.
Now,
Judgment Day.
Wes, you need to lead us off. You need to lead us off on this one. We've got your Jersey Mikes against your Schlotzkys.
Schlotzkys. I think I've had Schlotzkys maybe once, but man, Jersey Mikes is like a regular for me. I go there like
too much.
At least, yeah, at least like once a month, and like They're cold subs, they're hot subs, they're both good. I usually get the hot, like the cheesesteak. Their cheesesteaks are pretty good. I mean, it's nothing compared to like a real like Philly cheesesteak that you get, but for being just slathered with cheese. And then also if you get their cold subs, they just like douse it with the oil, and that's pretty bomb too.
Yeah, the oil and vinegar, Mike's way.
Yeah, Mike's way. I gotta go with Jersey's. There's not much to it.
What about you, Josh? Josh, you have a soft spot for Schlotzky's, right?
I do have I've got a big time schlaf spot for Schlotzky's. I like them. I like them quite a bit. I just happen to have been a person who most towns that I've lived in had a Schlotzky's, and still today, Colorado Springs is one of them. Wonderful sandwiches. Wonderful business model that failed, so I guess not. One of those things that I was like, how did Subway beat you, dog? Like, what's the matter? You have a bad bank loan or something? Like, what happened, dog?
Wrong.
But then we got Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is thriving.
They slice it in front of you.
Yeah, dude. Like, what did you do? How many bad bets did you make? Whatever. Schlotzky's is hot. It's a catchy name, even though it's hard to pronounce, but that makes you talk about it some more. Kind of like last time Lil Wayne rapped. You know what I mean? Like, what did he say? But Jersey Mike's, they got the sauce. They got a nice, clean situation. Everywhere you go, there's going to be the same type of sandwich you had. You got what kind of bread you want. It's fresh. It's hot. I don't know if it's shipped in, but it tastes great. It tastes fresh. You have the sourdough as you walk in the room. They got the all the way over it, all the cheeses you want. It's solid. I think that, honestly, is the flagship for sandwiches in America, is Jersey Mike's. Is like, not the best, not the worst. It's right there. Like, Jersey Mike's is the comparative model. So I go Jersey's.
So,
all right.
Jersey Mike's, not my favorite sandwich shop, but national chain. It is my absolute favorite national chain sandwich spot. And I have no bias, because you can see they're slotted in at number 4. But I love a large Jersey Mike's on rosemary bread. That turkey breast,
16 inches of meat,
giant turkey breast, double meat, double cheese, turkey breast and provolone. I think it's a number 9. That sandwich makes my mouth water just thinking about that.
Brian, can you save yours so I can use it?
Right at the end.
So I love Jersey Mike's. I love it. And when they make it exactly how you want it. Like, they don't mess with your sandwich. It's exactly what you want on that sandwich is what you get. And Wes is right. Yeah. They kind of douse that thing in that oil and vinegar and that salt and pepper. Good. And it's so good. Their tomatoes taste fresh. Their lettuce tastes fresh. It's just a really solid, like I said, my mouth is watering, so it's getting hard to talk about it. Yeah, Danny DeVito's their spokesperson now. But it's a delicious sandwich. I have never gone wrong. I've had their Philly. I've had their California chicken Philly. It's great. Every time I get a sandwich from there, it has not disappointed. It's exactly what I wanted from my sandwich. So Jersey Mike's takes it there. And we are on to our finale. I saved this one for last because we have had upsets in the past. Here we go with number 5, Jimmy John's against number 12, Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks. And I'm going to lead us off here. I didn't know Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks existed until I joined the Air Force. Didn't know.
Correct. That's correct. That's correct.
It's a staple in exchanges all around the globe.
And I know why. Okay? I'm going to get the sandwich in a second. I'm going to let you finish. But
I'm going to let you finish.
When I first had the ultimate fries from Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks, where they doused my fries with cheese, they slammed it with bacon bits, and then they took ranch and they just poured ranch all over my fries, and I said, I don't need a fork, and they said, yes, you do. And they put a fork on top of my box of these fries. Oh my gosh, again, young airmen gaining calories, man, just gaining calories, putting them away. And then they have a chicken buffalo sub. and they grill it in front of you. I think this might have been my first experience even with a grilled sandwich was as a young airman in a BX, right? And they're grilling this sandwich in front of me, chopping it up, the onions and the chicken, and then they throw the provolone on. And you see it just melt over your sandwich as they're grilling it, and then they take the buffalo sauce and the ranch sauce and they do the crisscross all over your sandwich and douse it. And then you take that sandwich and you take a bite and the buffalo sauce runs down your face and you don't even care. I love Charlie's so much. Jimmy John's, all you really have is that freaky fast delivery. Your sandwiches are mid and you're up there because you have so much advertising to make people think that you're like this great sandwich establishment. But really all you got going for you was that blue steak and cheddar, black and blue steak and blue cheese sandwich.
Mhm.
That was the best sandwich they had. And then it's only seasonal. Get out of here with seasonal. They make blue cheese and steak year round. If you can't even make your best sandwich,
No, they
not
don't
seasonal,
make steak
it's not
year-round.
going to be close.
So I'm going to take over here. I do agree. The BX, like I got a Charlie cheesesteak at least weekly, probably like bi-weekly. I got one during the week for lunch, and then me and Fry would get one on the weekend. Like it was a classic for me. All right, their sandwiches are delicious, and Jimmy John. First of all, the actual guy Jimmy John, he's a piece of shit.
Terrible
Piece of
person.
shit. Terrible person. I hate that guy.
Mhm.
And also, yeah, their sandwiches are mid. I can make a better sandwich at home. It's just like a piece of loaf. It's like Killer Mike's bread or whatever with like some deli meat in between that I can get at the store. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna pay $15 for that sandwich when I can make it at home for like $2. Get out of here. Done.
Yeah,
Charlie's.
yeah.
Charlie's in a blowout.
Charlie's in a
He says.
blowout.
You know, like
69-3.
You got like a roommate or something, right? Or maybe a girlfriend, whatever you got. And something, you want me to make you a sandwich? Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah. And you're sitting there on the counter, you're talking to them, having your tea while you're making your sandwich, and you're like, "How nice is this?" And you're constantly in a like, "Oh, that's you're gonna do that? Okay, okay. Well, that's also you keep that inward. You don't tell them like, oh, that's all the mayonnaise you're gonna put, and you're not even gonna ask about the hot. I see the hot sauce right there. You're not gonna ask about the hot sauce, like, okay, that's Jimmy John's, dog. Boo, dog. Jimmy John's is Jersey Mike's is like the older cousin who like comes around on weekends and like makes you say uncle. Jersey Mike's is garbage.
Wait. You mean
Charlie's?
You mean Jimmy
Charlie's between
You said-
2009
Wait.
and 2000.
Wait,
What?
You meant Jimmy John.
I think you meant Jimmy John's. You were saying Jersey Mike's.
Jimmy John's is garbage. Cut that. Reverse it. Flip it down. I'm with Jimmy John's. No, Jersey Mike's. I'm with Jersey
I didn't want to
Mike's.
stop you, but I was so confused because you said Jersey
Let me
Mike's.
look
Like,
down the rotoscope and tell you the truth. So yeah, Jersey Mike's is nice. Jimmy John's
You just
is
didn't
not.
oh, okay. I thought you were about to do it again after we just talked.
Hulk
All
Hogan,
right.
I'm coming for you. Anyway,
So Charlie's.
Charlie's between 2008, 2011, I think I gained around 75 pounds. And I think at least like I do like a DNA test or whatever, metaphorical style. I'm pretty sure 30% of that was because of Charlie's.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they deliver, not deliver to your house, but like the way that they have a system. They got it down. They know who to hire to get the chippy chops right. Bing bong, put the cheese on it. Flip flop. It's cheap.
Also-
it's easy. Right outside the grocery store. Blowout.
So I gotta ask though, have any of you guys seen a Charlie's cheesesteaks that's not like in a food court?
2. I've seen one in an
Really?
airport. One in an airport, and I cannot remember what
That's
airport.
a food court. An airport is a giant food court.
Oh, fair enough. You mean like Solo Donuts.
Yeah, a solo restaurant.
No, they
No.
attach. They're like
I've
barnacles.
always seen it in a mall, in a BX, in
Yeah.
an airport.
Yep.
Never solo.
But that's
Yeah.
the business model, and it works. Like you don't just put the sandwich spot alone next to the Quiznos or next to the Sushiyama, whatever. You put it next to where you just shop for food. You know, you're thinking about dinner. Boom, turkey, ham, and chicken, bacon, provolone, American cheese.
And the thing with Charlie's is everybody knows this in these areas. So if you're not like the first one there for lunch, or you're not the very last, that line's going to be wicked long. And you're just going to be like, dang, that line is so
We nailed it. Charlie's is going to
Josh,
win this whole thing.
Charlie's versus Arby's.
The only reason it's a 12 seed is because it doesn't have that, like, I don't think enough people know about
No,
Charlie's and how
it's
slamming
an
it is.
annex. It's an annex franchise, yeah.
All right, Josh, you want to take us home?
Well, I will take you home if you're good, and we'll get some sandwiches on the way back. But it's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks, Wes, for coming out, talking about the sandwiches. I thought this might be the most heated. It was definitely the loudest episode we've had. There's going to be some times in the future, because we have the burger joints and we have the taco chicken joints. They have their sandwiches. These are all going to come head to head in the future. We're going to talk about those, the best of the best versus the best. And what's coming up next week? I believe, Fry, it's miscellaneous.
The miscellaneous places. Should we give them a little taste, a little like preview? Should I name a couple that are on this list?
Well, I know one's for sure. We haven't talked about Panda Express, right?
Oh yeah, Panda Express is on there,
etc. Other places that are nationwide.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted me to do this. Look, no, we'll give them a little tasty taste. What about a little place called Long John Silver's? You remember that one?
Never heard of it. It's a mob front, but it's still good.
It's garbage.
All right. What about a little place called
business?
What about a little place called Wiener Schnitzel?
What about the Wiener Schnitzel? They got the pastrami stock. We got all sorts of things that didn't quite fit in before with specifically sandwich or burger, etc. Anyway, all this and more next Sunday night on Prime Time Gorp. Thanks for coming out, you guys. Love you very much. Find us at Gorp Show on the Twitter or whatever.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Wes.
No way.